Hey guys, so today I'm making this video talking about why I went vegan, the overall effects it had on my body, the good, the bad, how much weight I lost, just everything, my entire experience, and also why I'm staying vegan. So I have been vegan for exactly 5 weeks today. I guess I should probably start off on why I went vegan. In the past few years, I've been really interested in the environment and how we've just, kind of destroyed the environment and how we're kind of all doomed in the near future. Not to be dramatic or anything, but if you've been keeping up with anything about the environment, I mean, it's somewhat true. We're kind of screwed. So I've been doing things like not using straws, the big one, it's pretty popular right now, using biodegradable laundry detergent, reusable bags at the grocery store, just little things like that. And I mean, after a while I was like, is this really helping the environment though? Like, how much good am I really doing? So I started looking up, the best way to help the environment as an individual. Like, what is the biggest thing I can do? And I came across veganism. I'm not going to throw statistics out there or anything because this is going to be, I'm not trying to make this video super long because I don't want you to lose interest. So I will link some videos down below on how veganism does help the environment if you're interested, because I know it's like you hear that at first and you're like, oh, that's, that's BS. That's not true. No, but really, once I started really researching all this, I was like, wow, like, eating meat is not too great for the environment, to be honest. One of the biggest things that I was concerned about, and I'm still concerned about, is our freshwater resources depleting. Like, I don't know why that specific thing, it just like terrifies me. So when I found out most of our fresh water goes to raising animals, that just kind of like was a big deal to me. I was just like, maybe I should not be eating animals. So even though I wanted to go vegan, to help the environment or whatever, I was like, that's not healthy though. That cannot be healthy on your body to not eat animal products. Like, I've learned my whole life that, you need dairy for calcium and strong bones, and, you need animal protein as a complete protein or you're gonna get weak, and, I've just heard all the things you've heard, and it's like, I never actually did my own research. So I started looking into this more, and come to find out, animal products are not great for our body. Surprise, surprise. I know, it's shocking, but all that saturated fat and cheese, just it's not great. No, but really, after doing a bunch of research, I really realized how terrible, like, especially the cattle that we raise nowadays with all the hormones and antibiotics, and it's just disgusting what we're putting into our bodies. It really is. There is tons of information on the health side of veganism, which I am going to link a video down below. That this is like the main reason I went vegan. It is from Mike the Vegan. So it's about the like how your body changes on a whole foods plant-based diet. This video is great, and this specific YouTuber is great because he actually quotes studies and links them and everything. So it's not just like he's just saying things, he takes this information from real studies, which you can actually go look at yourself. So after watching that video and doing a lot more research on the health benefits of being vegan, I was like, I have to do this. I mean, there is no reason for me not to do this except for the fact that meat tastes good and I'm gonna miss it, but who cares, that's irrelevant. So I decided I would try it for 30 days just to see what happened. Like, was I gonna die from a protein deficiency, or would I actually have some good benefits? Before I get to all the health benefits and stuff, I also started realizing the ethical side of being vegan. Everyone knows it's kind of messed up to be killing animals to eat them, but we also think that we need animals to survive, and so it's absolutely necessary to do what we're doing to them. And that's what I thought for the longest time. Like, I was like that too. And because that's just what you're told your whole life. You're told that you need animals to survive and to thrive, and you're gonna die of a protein deficiency if you don't consume animal products, and all that. So then you just don't really look into what's happening, at least like not the full extent, because we hear like, oh, these chickens are crammed in cages and this and that, but then when you really start to research it, it's like, it just gets worse. The more things you find out, you're just like, damn, I kind of wish I didn't know that, but also I'm never eating animals again because of that information that I just read. So there are usually 3 reasons why people go vegan. Their health, the environment, and ethics. So at the beginning, I started with the environment, then it became health, and now it's ethics. It's all three now. Like, there is no reason not to be vegan in my opinion now, once I found out the things I did. And like I said, I will link tons of videos down below explaining all of this. Now on to the effects that veganism had on my body. So first, I know this is going to be the main thing people want to hear about. I did lose weight. Now, I will say, I was already trying to lose weight before I went vegan with no results. Like, seriously, for probably 2 months, I was just trying to lose weight, and I just couldn't do it. You know, I work at a diner, so it's actually very easy for me to cheat on a diet, you know, and I think that was the main reason I wasn't losing weight. But upon going vegan, I pretty much cannot eat anything where I work now. You know, we have a bunch of cream pies, which are filled with dairy. All of the bread has eggs in it. You know, I barely can eat anything there now. So that is a big factor in my whole weight loss. I wouldn't say just like being vegan made me lose all this weight. Like, it did, but mainly because I could not eat these bad foods that I was constantly surrounded by. Now, how much weight did I lose? I lost 5 pounds in 5 weeks. On a vegan diet, you do eat tons of fiber, and that definitely, I never feel hungry, okay? Like, I mean, like, I'll feel hungry before a meal and I'll eat and I'll be fine. But before this, I would eat like a full meal. Like, I would eat a burger and fries, for example. And like, I would just not be satiated for whatever reason. I still felt the need to eat like so much food, even just after a meal. Like, I kept having that problem. I would like to say that the past 5 weeks that I have been vegan, I haven't really been eating many processed foods and refined sugar. I've really been trying to stick to whole foods like rice, beans, vegetables, fruits, you know, all that good stuff. For the most part, I've stuck to that. I've had a few fries here and there, don't get me wrong. But for the most part, I really have not been, you know, eating vegan junk food. So I would take that into consideration when talking about my results. Because if you're eating a bunch of vegan junk food, I'm sure you're not going to have the same results as I did. So yeah, just take that into consideration when watching this. So the great things that happened while I have been vegan is that I've lost weight. Awesome. I have way more energy. I actually don't have to sleep as much at night. Like, before I was sleeping like 10 hours a night probably. That's a lot. Like, sorry, I don't know, like, that's kind of embarrassing that I was like getting that much sleep. I don't know, whatever. But now I only need like 8 hours. I definitely feel sharper and like have a more clear mind. Like, I'm able to, I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of hard to describe it. It's just this clarity. Overall, I just feel better. I don't feel sluggish like I did before I started this. Upon going vegan, I have eaten like so many more fruits and vegetables, so I'm sure that's why I feel great. And getting a lot more fiber, more nutrients, everything. So for me, switching to a vegan diet actually was not as hard as it would be for most people, because I already was not eating pork for a few months. For probably 6 months, I stopped eating pork before this, because actually I came across a bunch of cute videos on Instagram of pigs playing, and it just made me really sad. So I had already stopped eating pork, and I was also cutting more meat out of my diet. So I really wasn't eating, I was eating meat maybe 2 to 3 times a week. I was consuming a lot of dairy though, so that part was the hardest for me to cut out, I will say. Like yogurt, like, I don't know, like, I loved yogurt, and I ate eggs like on a daily basis. But besides that, the transition from eating animals to not eating animals, it really was not that hard for me. I did gradually go vegan when you think about it, because, you know, I was slowly cutting things out of my diet anyway, and then I just decided, like, let's just do this, like, full vegan. The one bad thing that came out of the vegan diet was probably the first week. I had a lot of bloating, and I was like very, very full from all the fiber, honestly. I was just like so full, but now I feel normal again. So you just have to like get past that point and you'll be good. That's the only bad thing I can actually think of that came from my diet. The worst part about being vegan is humans. They will make you feel so bad, or try to make you feel bad, and like they all of a sudden know everything about nutrition, and they will be so concerned about where you're getting your protein and, you know, all that. It's just, and you know, before, like, I wasn't eating much meat anyway, and a few people knew about that, and so I was like, okay, this won't be a big deal going from, like, you know, vegetarian. Even though I wasn't vegetarian, people kind of like labeled me as that. So I was like, it's not gonna be a big deal going from vegetarian to vegan. But no, apparently people like freak out on you, and they're like, that doesn't make sense though. Like, they're not hurting the animal by getting eggs or milk from it. And I'm like, okay, but like, just go look it up. I'll send you some videos. Okay, so anyway, the really annoying thing about it is that the people that, for me at least, the people that were trying to judge me and tell me that, you know, being vegan isn't good for you, those are the people that aren't too healthy themselves. Now, the reactions from, you know, random people and just kind of, you know, acquaintances was bad. But overall, my family and close friends, I had good reactions. So I was very lucky to be surrounded by people that, you know, that don't make a big deal out of my diet. My best friend's actually vegan, so that makes it easier. And my sister used to be vegetarian, so my parents were already, you know, used to it somewhat. The other bad thing about going vegan is finding things to eat at restaurants. Most restaurants will have, you know, side items like fries and whatever. It's just kind of hard because it's like everyone's getting these full meals and you're eating like sides, and that part was kind of annoying. So you just have to come prepared like anywhere you go. I will say that part was annoying, not gonna lie, but not the worst thing in the world. I'm still alive, whatever. It's really not that big of a deal. Now, cost, a lot of people, I always hear people being like, oh, it's so expensive to be vegan. Not everyone is as privileged as you and can afford this lifestyle and blah, blah, blah. Okay, first of all, I just have to say, I went to the store with my boyfriend the other day and we had 2 separate carts. My cart was full. It had like, it was very, very completely full, and his was like maybe halfway full, maybe even a little less, honestly. We both spent approximately the same amount of money, and it was because, you know, he had meat in his cart, meat's really expensive when you think about it. Like, it's not cheap. Meat is not cheap. I don't know why everyone's always saying like, you know, it's so expensive to become vegan. You don't have to be buying all of this fancy stuff. You don't have to be buying all these powders and supplements and, you know, weird stuff like that. Now, I did buy quite a few things, and like flaxseed, chia seed, hemp seeds, okay, a bunch of seeds, like I'm a bird or something. Those things are kind of expensive, but they do last like a super long time. Like, I'm not even halfway through any of those things and it's been 5 weeks, you know what I mean? And I use them like very, very regularly. I would say at least 4 times a week I have been using those in like oatmeal and smoothies and stuff like that. So a lot of the more expensive things that you would buy while being vegan do last a long time anyway. This has been a super great experience, and I'm definitely going to be staying vegan after all of this. If you have any questions for me, comment below. I'm going to be making more videos, I think, about like what I eat in a day and stuff like that. And thank you so much for watching this video. Remember to like and subscribe.